While coronavirus cases are at an all-time high in the U.S., the success of vaccine trials is offering hope. Pfizer said a final analysis of clinical trials shows its vaccine is more than 95% effective. The Moderna vaccine had similar success in its earlier trials. And joining us to discuss the latest vaccine news and more is Quick Takes Madison Mills. Quick Takes Madison Mills. Madison, we know the Pfizer vaccine is extremely effective, but what about the timeline? When can folks expect to get this vaccine?
That's right, Renita. When we hear that 95% effective number, people are hopeful for the first time in what feels like an eternity. But we're hearing from the CEO of BioNTech that they're going to apply for a federal emergency use authorization by the end of this week. And if the FDA approves that authorization, this shot will become available straight away to users. But again, the big question is who's going to get those doses of the vaccine first? Here's what the CEO of BioNTech had to say about that on Bloomberg TV earlier today.
Our goal is to supply up to 50 million doses 2020, which could go to states in Europe and in the United States. For 2021, our goal is to produce at least 1.3 billion doses.
So we're hearing that number, 50 billion doses in total from Pfizer. But again, the question is who gets it first? And when I spoke with Dr. Fauci at the beginning of the pandemic, he mentioned that the first folks who are going to get this vaccine are going to be those frontline essential workers who are interacting with the virus every day in hospitals. But now public health experts are also suggesting that young people might be a great group to start with because younger folks are transmitting the virus at extremely high rates. So we'll just have to see who ends up getting this vaccine first. Again, Dr. Fauci also mentioned this week that he thinks 20 million doses of the vaccine are going to be available in December. So as companies decide who gets these first, how are those companies going to increase public trust in taking these vaccines? It's still a very quick vaccine process that would normally take years. How will they find trust or build trust? Renita, you've hit on the issue that these companies are absolutely going to have to prioritize as they get this vaccine out. We've seen that Americans said they were 70% of Americans said they were okay with taking a vaccine in May. Now that number's down to 50%. So public trust in this vaccine is going to be huge for getting people on board to take it. Today, Pfizer released its data around who took part in these trials, and it showed that over 42% of participants were from diverse ethnic and racial backgrounds, which is huge because communities of color have often been marginalized by the medical system in the U.S. So Pfizer was very intentional about releasing this data and being transparent. They want to make sure that people know that they've tested this vaccine across the board to make sure that all kinds of humans are responding well to this vaccine. But again, this is something that every single vaccine creator is going to have to work on, building that public trust in order to get people to take the vaccine.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.